All right, I welcome you back again to the update, and this one has to do with disbursement plan. UAAG is on the front burner planning disbursement. Listen very carefully and see how this is going to pan out because I believe they have the template already, so it's going to be an easy work for them. Pay attention, subscribe to the update, and most importantly, share this piece of information. Let people know what is happening in the camp of UAAG. Have a great day and bye for now.
And we appreciate every singular one of us for all that we have been doing to ensure that this grant is paid. Both those who are the advocates in prayers, advocate in solicitor or soliciting, advocate in standing in the gap, those who have been in one way or the other an arm or shoulders to lean on so that others can have a life. You are well appreciated. And what we want to dwell upon this afternoon is about the latest of the information that we had concerning the signing of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the letter, and what that means, and concerning the disbursement. When would it be for the UAAG beneficiaries? When would it be for the presidency or the government official who also had some slots towards the end of last year at December, because they were co-opted in later on when it was found out that the fund, if left from the coffers, will be repatriated back to the IMF or the donors or the other countries, as the case may be, which prompted the government of Nigeria to also come in quickly to get those slots. So, but then how would the disbursement be? The ailing beneficiaries who have been on the line, on the queue for like 7-8 years ago, when will their batch be? And when will the government batch also be? So we have some questions that were channeled to the authority, and I'm going to read them to us from sources of information, and then we're going to get clear-cut answers to them on the disbursement expectation. All right, so this says, good morning, Mr. Osim. I just read from a platform now that UAAG beneficiaries will get paid starting from next month, while government/CBN subscribers that just came up a couple of months ago would get paid earlier than UAAG beneficiaries that has tarried for 2 years. I don't know if this is a joke or a ploy to lure people to hurry to subscribe to their fake CBN slots. Okay, so this message actually came from Mr. Onax Mems or something like that. So we want to get a response to this particular message and see how it goes with us, and especially those who are in expectation for the UAAG grant subscription. All right, so this was the message that came from Mr. Osim, and in relative to that, says everybody is going through a tough time and anxiety is weighing heavily on you. I'm here to listen and offer support if necessary. My advice is to be patient and not jump to conclusions is wise. In other words, jumping to conclusion is not wise. All right, jumping to conclusion is not or never wise. All right, further to that, he said that the uncertainty, the waiting period, and the challenges you face can feel overwhelming. But I want you to know you are not alone in this. No matter what you're going through, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. It's easy to let fear take over, to jump to conclusions, or to feel like things would never get better. But sometimes the best thing you can do is take a deep breath, step back, and allow things to unfold at their own pace. Rushing to conclusions only makes the anxiety worse. And in reality, most of the things we worry about don't turn out as bad as we fear. And that's true in the first place. All right, I'm going to just pass a little bit of comment on this later on. Don't turn out as bad as we fear. I always encourage patience because patience brings clarity. It allows us to make wiser decisions rather than acting out of panic or frustration. I know that waiting is hard, especially when it feels like time is running out. But trust me, things have a way of working themselves out. And remember, you're not just going through this alone. There are people who look up to you, who follow you, and who care about you. You may not always see it, but you inspire others more than you know. It's okay to take things one step at a time and not have all the answers right away. Strength doesn't come from having everything figured out. It comes from pushing forward, even when you don't. If you ever need someone to talk to, if the weight of your worries feels too heavy, I'm here to listen. I think that's good enough. That's quite thoughtful of Mr. Osim there. Sometimes just speaking your heart can lighten the load. You don't have to carry this burden alone. So don't let the storm you're facing break you. Tough times don't last forever. Think about everything you've survived up until this point. For all these years, you made it through. Is it now, when you're so close to a breakthrough, that you want to give up? No. This is the time to stand firm and hold on. The food is ready. It is interesting. Why walk away from the table now? I believe that soon we will hear from Apostle Ken Wakama and everything will fall into place. Until then, stay strong, stay patient, and keep pushing forward. And this came from our Honorable Hosim. Now, there was one vital point that he made mention there, which I'm going to also reverberate back to us. I'm trying to get that out. Okay, and okay, I think I caught that right now. Right, that should be the second paragraph, which says it's easy to let fear take over, to jump to conclusions, or to feel like things would never get better. But sometimes the best things you can do is to take a deep breath, step back, and allow things to unfold at their own pace. Rushing to conclusion only makes the anxiety worse. And in reality, most of the things we worry about don't turn out as bad as we fear. And I think it's true. See, I've always had a trend which I've noticed in my life, and possibly I can loan you this. It could work for you precisely. Now, if something, maybe an event happened, or something that just happened to me, and that which happened is enough to make me shake, or to set me on edge, or to turn me upside down. But once I don't exhibit any out of fear, that thing dies naturally. That thing has a way of dying naturally. But you see, if that thing is so trifling, maybe it's just insignificant, but I exhibit fear on it, that thing will happen, no matter how small or little it is. So I've discovered it over time in my life that it's a trend. I've prayed to God about it. God, let me overcome my fears, no matter how small it is. And it's been working for me. So I try as much as possible that no matter how small a matter is or big a matter is, I try to remove my mind from it and trust in God, because He is bigger than every challenge. And that takes care of every challenge, whether small or big. If we can adopt this measure in our lives, you will see that nothing would bother you. There's a scripture in the Psalms that says, "Great peace have they which love thy law, for nothing shall offend them." That scripture is a nugget. I want to pray to God to get to the point where nothing offends me. I'm praying seriously for that. Because if you have nothing that offends you, you will live a very peaceful life. Nobody intrigues you. Even though the intrigues will come, the offenses will come. Yes. But you want to have peace? You want to have peace of mind? Get to the point where nothing shall offend you. Peace will flow through your veins and organs. I think this is just the right moment for this shot. And I want us all to put our minds together that on this account, we have reached a place, a position where God takes over this disbursement on our behalf. So you don't have to worry whether the government that came last, the last has to pay for the first. It just came in towards the end of last year in December, but now they have to pay the first to get disbursement. Then you have to come secondly the coming month. This is February. Then your disbursement have to be in March. You couldn't have waited more than you waited. You understand? The moment you have to wait now, it can't be as much as you have waited. So that shouldn't bother you or bug you. You have built muscle waiting. Will 1 month quench that muscle that you built for 7 years? So this is the time to say, no matter what it takes, I've been on this mountain before. It can't cripple me, because God only used that to build me. God only used the process to build me so that nothing should be able to move me. And I want you to have this understanding. When we do, we will definitely overcome every challenge that comes. Whether it comes to want to cripple us, or it wants to come and make us lesser than we ought to be, we would definitely put it behind us, because we are going to get better in destiny. It is our make, it's our design. We are going to get better in destiny. And I see you getting better in destiny. I see you getting better in destiny. So the testimony is just right at the door, and every one of us are going to celebrate. I will see you there. You will see me there. Eventually we will come together. When we finally have gotten disbursement, we will celebrate on the channel. We will talk about our stories. We will talk about our waiting period. What did it bring out of you? What did it make of you? And I want to believe that this is not the end. UAAG is a family that brought us together right on this channel. But I want to believe that a better and greater than UAG disbursement is in the pipeline. So don't you touch the dial. Don't you leave off. Don't say, well, I've waited for this, it has come. A bigger one is coming. A bigger one is coming. Now, God have used Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation grant to build us. We have tenacity now. We have purpose. We have strong men and women within the grand ecosystem. We have battle axe veterans who have been forged in the furnace of affliction. They came out to be veteran scars that have stood the test of time. And so nothing shall be able to dissuade them again. Come another grant coming, they possess it right now. So a better than UAAG grant is in the pipeline. Wait for it. Somebody will say, Francis, let's get this one first. When we get this one, we'll talk about the one coming. I'm just telling you that we are futuristic. We are looking beyond what is coming just this month or next month. We have other ones in the pipeline that are better than this. And because we could overcome this challenge, the other one coming is just like a piecemeal for us. It's going to be bread for us. It's going to be easy for us. We will walk over it quickly and it's coming for us. So don't think this is the end. UAAG is a stepping stone to a better grant formation. We have come into this ecosystem to stay and to get what is rightfully ours. You will tell your story in joy. You won't tell it in the hospital. You won't tell it in pain. You won't tell it crying. You won't tell it nursing one sickness or the other. You will tell your story in joy. And we shall celebrate together. It is our plan. It is our purpose that all the grants that are coming, legitimate ones, we are going to derive pleasure in them. We will rejoice in them, for the Lord will make it possible for us. So I want you to look beyond sanctuary wealth. Sanctuary wealth is a done deal. It's a done deal. It's a case closed. As far as I'm concerned, it's a case closed. The miracle has been achieved. But we have a lot in the pipeline for us. So don't think you are throwing off your boot after this. You are better now than you started. You are better now than you enter the grand ecosystem. You are forged. You are forged. You are strengthened. You are fortified. You are like a battle axe now. You are like a weapon, a warfare. You are like a barrage of missiles that nothing can shift you. You are like mountains and rocks right now, forged over time from affliction within the grand ecosystem. But it made something out of you. It made a warrior out of you. So if you can't be broken during UAAG grant disbursement or expectation, you can't be broken in the subsequent one coming. So sit put, because I see you as an hammer that breaks the rock. An hammer that breaks the rock. Any other one coming after this, you are breaking them, you are making them a reality.